While every other manufacturer in India has either launched or is planning to launch a small SUV, it feels really good to stand beside a large 7-seater SUV. Now let me tell you, this is no ordinary SUV, as this is a brand new entrant in the full-grown 7-seater SUV segment and promises some of the world-class features that you can only see in the high-end luxury cars. Meet the MG Gloster. Now we will talk about those world-class features in a moment, but for now we will concentrate on the way how the MG Gloster looks, because that's a crucial decision maker for the buyers looking to buy a SUV of this size. Interestingly, MG Gloster has many things going its way, right from the massive grille with brushed finish, C-shaped fog lamp enclosures and a large bonnet. At the side are nicely designed alloy wheels, a high-placed brushed belt line that highlights the length of the car, measuring at 4985 mm. The 4 air vents on the side are not of my taste though. Also, you have to close the door with a lot of power. Another thing to notice is the BRIT dynamic plate with Britain's flag on the both sides, highlighting the heritage of the MG motor. Lastly, the rear of the MG Gloster is a mixed bag of emotions. While the quad chrome tailpipe is nice touch, the Gloster brand embossed looks over the top. Overall, the MG Gloster has really impressive road presence thanks to a massive length of almost 5 meters, a big grille up front and elements like quad tailpipe at the rear. The first thing you notice as soon as you step inside the cabin of the MG Gloster is the very fact that it looks German, but in a good way, of course. This large dash-top mounted infotainment system, digital display, this beautifully crafted gear lever and the use of tan brown leather all adds to the luxury factor in this massive SUV. And that's the best thing I liked about the MG Gloster. Not the engine, not the design, but the cabin design and the exhaustive feature list that can put any luxury car to shame. The cabin has a minimalistic design with tan brown diamond stitched seats and door pads. The brown leather continues on the dashboard while the rest of the cabin is black. The center of attraction is a large 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system that gets MG iSmart connected technology, featuring multiple inbuilt apps and connectivity features for remotely accessing your car. Beneath the system are horizontal AC vents followed by AC control buttons. The waterfall console continues with a central tunnel with a fantastic looking gear knob, a rotary dial and a bunch of other buttons as well. The instrument cluster has a large digital display flanked by analog meters. While the buttons on the multifunctional steering are of good quality, the steering itself is not chunky enough. Having said that, the voice command in the MG Gloster, like in the previous MG cars, is top notch and is actually easy to use as compared to other cars. It's pretty easy to set temperature, control volume and open-close sunroof by saying hello MG. Speaking of more features, the MG Gloster is loaded to the brim with anything and everything you need from a luxury car. There's an electronic seat with massage and ventilation, hands-free automatic tailgate, TPMS, wireless charging, auto headlamps and rain sensing wipers, just to name a few. However, the limelight has to be the ADAS system or Advanced Driver Assistance Systems offered by MG, similar to the SUV's double the price of Gloster. The ADAS includes forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot detection and automatic parking assist. Gloster is a full-size 7-seater SUV with no dearth of space inside the cabin. While we drove the version with captain seats in the middle, there's also a bench-type seat. Accessing the last row was a task in the variant we drove, but the seat at the rear is amply spacious with enough legroom and headroom. Like all the 3-row cars, the thigh support is negligible and also keeping your foot at the right place is a bit tedious. Practicality wise, there's enough space to hold your stuff, Right from the large box underneath armrests in the front seat to flat folding rear seats that generates a lot of space in the boot, which is strictly okay to hold two vertically placed bags.
Now the Gloster we are driving today gets a twin-turbo 2-litre diesel engine producing 218 PS of power and 418 Nm of torque. Now this engine is mated to a 8-speed automatic gearbox, and there's also a 4x4 system on offer.
Now the thing to remember here is that this engine is a twin turbo, hence the output is massive, but then so is the turbo lag, which leads to a slow start when you set your foot on the accelerator. Having said that, once you cross the threshold of 2000 RPM, there's no looking back and the SUV gives you decent driving pressure. The 8-speed automatic gearbox, which MG is calling an A-shifter, is actually a fly-by-wire technology and complements the engine well in both high and low speeds. Put it in manual mode and you can harness even more driving fun using pedal shifters. MG is claiming the Gloster is not a soft-roader but a proper off-roader with a 4-wheel drive system with terrain selection system. You have various drive and traction modes to select from, including Sport, Mud, Snow, Sand, Rock and Auto. We couldn't get much chance to do off-roading in the Gloster, but there were few dirt tracks on the outskirts of the city to check the ability of the Gloster, and it did perform well in those conditions. NVH levels are well in control, only that twin turbo is audible while accelerating. Suspension setup is tuned to offer a plush ride and is on a softer side. It also helps in controlling the body roll and pitch movement, although for a car of this size, these things can't be ignored completely. We have also learned that MG will offer another engine, a 2-litre diesel unit with regular auto gearbox to touch base with the SUVs like Fortuner and Endeavour in terms of the pricing.
It's really heartening to see a relatively new entrant in India like MG Motor not playing safe and offering a diversified bouquet of SUVs. The Gloster, like the previous MG products, offer world-class features and an impressive road presence. We really hope that MG gets the pricing right for the Gloster to make it reach a wide audience.